Are you winning, chat? Are we winning, chat? I need to know, are we winning? I'm gonna take that as fine. Anyway, it's time to do Turnabout Corner. Pretty sure this is the last trial day. Alright. June 17th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah. Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh, what time? Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. It's only 2 hours of power. But at least you have me. And you're amazing, Mr. Hat. He's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. Oh, that's probably Phoenix. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Aw, man. Aw, man, right there. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. What's going on in my mind with boredom? So I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow the place makes fake piano playing at the end of giant passage line seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That's Sherman Tang of a mom? Nope, guess again. What, is it you, Felix? That's too bad, you know. Speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. It's early morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiara, your client's fiance. She's a witness? That seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find the killer, I'll pull one out of there. June 17th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4, not 2. Whoopsies. Court is now in session for the trial of Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a solid outhouse. Well, to recap. Well, yesterday's witness seems more guilty than any other party. Guilty of panty snatching. So much. We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon. Preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, Judge. Partner for life, with no chance for a parole. Well, we may show the lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fräulein. Lita Tiara, my occupation is future wife. I hate this game. I love it so. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. So many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. You're here today as a witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but you couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Oh, that was quick. That was quick! Christ. Waki's plan. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that the medical test had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. You sharp! So, the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then? Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Well, there's gotta be marks on the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Oh, we're so fucked. Can I cut this any better? Waki's plan. Why still didn't react? I just realized something. I want to press here. You know I may be wrong. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps this treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. Waki, a point here, being that Waki had access to a pistol. That was the day of the murder, right? I want to see something. Apparently these are important. Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Rocky looked at his face went so pale. But of course, he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So, you were there at the time? Yes, poor Rocky. That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. Rocky's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute. Fuck you. Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. What happened, meaning the murder? I tried to stop him. I really did, but Rocky wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. How can you say that for certain? How? Airforehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, Rocky was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So, how can anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They cannot. Simple answer, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? Of course, there's no fingerprints on the gun. The final cross-examination. Based on your testimony, there was clearly one other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Oh shit. It can't be you. I mean, could it? No. I wanna say you. Ooh, what's this? What? The boss and his wife? An unexpected ploy. Apollo, that can't be right. Why would they want to frame their only son? Oh. On his parents we have. Oh, fuck you. But who could? I don't even know. I'm a little more concerned for her fiance. Why was he testify against him like this? No, because I feel like I'm wrong somehow. Okay, yada yada yada. I just make a weird guess. I just make a weird guess. Oh, oh! I just guessed that. Well, of course. I mean, you, Miss Tiara. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the found on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf? I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this... It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for sort of putting your part of your life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. When I find out she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness and Miss Yada and the victim. That looks like a medical chart? Not inside the safe at the Emeritus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiana, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Well, can you explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiana? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning. Mr. Justice. A criminal fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic. Hold on. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiana, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love, past flaws and all. I mean, there's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the key keys. You left your job at the America's Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. What was evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the America's Clinic? Oh, these. Well, I suppose I could see. Air for her. This trail you think you have found, it doesn't lead to the truth. Not to a longer career in the legal profession, yeah? Gee, thanks. If you want to help me. Oh, fuck you. Oh, he's doing air guitar. He's doing air guitar. That's the first time I've seen that. I'll take the usual penalty next time, thanks. I forgot to save scum. Oh, these. Oopsies! These sandals were found in the America's Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fardine, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation does now cost you. Ooh, what's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. Someone analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well now, we see your true colors. I was fine to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Rocky back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Rocky and more about yourself. Sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals are found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's a little point in denying it. Very well. Well, this will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the America's Clinic? Why did you go to the clinic that day? The clinic. I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year, since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all. I knew walking out the pistol. The doctor has always had a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have done? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation. He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's no one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore those sandals to the clinic, yeah? And why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home, too. So, why were the sandals left behind? You pointed out the contradiction before me! Bro, let me have the spotlight! There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiara? Say, for instance, there happened to be a small pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah, forehead. Oh, what the? No, Fap! He's throwing the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. To go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. Yeah, this doesn't show when the date was, which I don't like. Around what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time I contacted Dr. Mercatus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. So why did you go to the clinic that day? Did you want Dr. Mercatus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Rocky, I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem. Could you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until 9 p.m. that night, remember? He was driven by this mirror yesterday, yeah? Thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. No one the doctor. You mean that act of malpractice on Waki, correct? If he had just told Waki the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened. True, that operation was the start of this whole affair. Oh, of course, if he'd told him, he might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier. A disturbing thought. We know that the Mercatus Clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. Well, we couldn't have gone to the police, even if we wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something. I know it. I must have some evidence that proves it, too. You're free to think whatever you like. I'm in that clinic with only one thought in mind. But then you'd be betraying Rocky, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him. For us. She wanted to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? I did not want him to take my Rocky away. There's no way she went from that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Time to figure out what really happened at that clinic. And fast. What happens if I press it again? Nothing, because the bracelet won't fucking react. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Yes! This drawer was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one drawer be in that safe? Miss Tiara, you know why it was, don't you? Mind voted me in. Dr. Marcus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report. I kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor. This is where you come in, Miss Tiara. The nurse who filed this report was you, which means you knew about Rocky's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Marcus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know, I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This war business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. There we go. Ooh, I don't like that. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Eh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, true. See, I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiara's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot to bring down that testimony. Perceive. I think it's this one. Oh, you bitch! Gotcha! You bitch! Oh, got you! Got you! Why go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiara. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you use your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now. That's the key word. The threat wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if it were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Eh? Which means something happened quite recently. I'm going to make that threat a problem for you now. I've gone around the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiara, there's no use trying to hide it now. Nora became a threat to you now because of this. I want to say this, but I may be wrong. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The keys are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Eh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think of anything? Oh? I would think you were positively beside yourself, because you were afraid. You knew what Rocky's chest X-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free, but that's when the truck came back to haunt you. Eek! Got you! Oh, damn. That's all, Your Honor. Ooh. What's just happened? Did the witness system admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Mercatus clinic. But the connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Keithley's got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiara? You guessed it. That was quick. Order! Order! I did it! I broke her testimony! Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait! Miss Tiara. It's true. That's what was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Wagi and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us. That this is clear, yet it's not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Well, this kind of describes my old shitty. Very well. This witness will add this to her testimony, and you'll have a bit more cross-examination. I was so close. You're so close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. It's one of these, I'm sure. No, that wasn't it. We only have 5 chances anyway. How did Dr. Margaret respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised, panicky even. We wouldn't be scared to learn that Kitaki was after them. Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers. The lady to us had quite a fright. Nothing happened in Dr. Margaret's office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know, but we can't prove when it happened. Well, that Lydia Tiara wasn't in any way involved. Well, that's why putting some evidence up anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? I have to figure out what really happened. Okay, whatever. Nothing happened. I warned him and left. No, that wasn't it. Yes! You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a twisted up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. The sport was found in the Margaret's clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiara. Enough of this talking about. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that boy was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the kid that he mansion that day. The marks on this board matched a murder weapon. And that proves the firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff, have the sport analyzed immediately. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Whoa, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to stay at their position. The bullet in that safe proves one fact. The pistol was fired in that office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe was contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Mercatus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Anita Tiara. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Anita Tiara knew about Waki Kitsuki's botched operation. She had engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its... What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitsukis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices, making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Be furious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Oh, hello there. You keep talking shots about my Alina, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alina. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. But you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. Lucky. Slow down for a minute. You keep your hands on my Alina. Well. Miss Tiara. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something's funny, miss? I'll have you know I'll beat your ass up after court. Waki, wake up and smell reality. Anita, baby? The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Anita. You honestly like a breath of air, Fraulein. Hey, I want to get out of this clean anyway. So, the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right, I wanted the money. No way! That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money, but he was the one with the pistol. He couldn't have fired it into the safe after I had already left the clinic. Huh? I would never do such a thing. I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Jersey? You had the most to lose if that car was found. But if I didn't have a pistol... But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken Walkies. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, It was me. I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sad to intrude in this lovely conversation, huh? But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What? What point? Certainly the Fraulein wanted that chart. You'd assume she'd threaten the doctor into opening that safe, but then... Wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, you see, the chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. Ah! He's right. Miss Tiara. Yes? It's clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Fuck you. Perhaps this time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget! We've proven that you were at the America's clinic on the day of the crime. And it's also proven that you were at the crime scene, so... The America's clinic too. I'm so fucking tired. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I sold the pistol, do you? Now, Brad was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Margaret was shot in the temple or not. You went back later? That shot was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the shot then, could you? And then later that night, Dr. Margaret was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. That was you? Thump. Ah, Apollo! That sound! It came from behind the store. Someone's in there. A break-in! They left through that window! So you were the burglar. That was you two. If only I had one more minute, then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing. And browsing at that? Oh, it's just a trial for trespassing now. Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. This is... you know what, I'm not going to say it anymore. Hey, you are gangsters, you know. Have you ever heard of sexism? In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. We need a little crime to avoid the big one, eh? Cross-examination, you're going down, Clavier. I guess I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. Well, the trial was not get, so I went back to the clinic later. Yes, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole that pistol, do you? Why that day? That brat was in trouble. He was ready to kill. And would bring in the police. And the threat would become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry. Yeah. But the police didn't check the safe, did they? Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. So sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm kind of thankful that sloppiness myself, actually. Later? When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after, the 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way. Wait, 14th, 15th? Yeah, I guess so. Fine. Why did Dr. Burger just keep that chart around? It was really dangerous for him. He could have burned it. Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance. Insurance? My signature on that chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him. But you could have stolen it. Could have. Is this some new definition of proof? You'll ask Rocky. We'll ask Rocky. He'll tell us. Might I remind you this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseball series to yourself. He's right, isn't he? The rat was born in the park at the moment of the crime. Well, yes, it would be 16. Yeah, but what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over the moment that Brad was seen in the park. What's the point of dragging it out any further? The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer was shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we were testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look, and was shot. That testimony was proven to be a lie. He raised his panties now, so Mr. Zucker did witness the crime, but he's heading to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. Mr. Zucker shouted from this location. The bullet couldn't have hit his right temple. City attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. That's just one thing. Doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. Maybe this guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Then why don't you show us, Air Forehead? Show you? What? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. The witness, Penny's guy, was standing to the north. And where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, then how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Time to save scum. Maki Kiyoshi was standing at the killer mark, with the sticker at the witness, and of course, Power was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Oh, I want to say someplace else, but I don't know. I'm gonna guess this. As the facts are now, we can't explain this crime, not contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from? It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. What?! Better teachers are frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? I swear to Christ, Clavier. Oh no, no! Axel! The double penalty? Air ahead was to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's time for justice! Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Sickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. Yeah, right. Right here. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiara. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Sticker was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Sticker was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted, just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes! Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order, order, order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand? Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, not the Americanist, came to the park, leaving his own murderer in the car behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There is something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling Noodle Stand in the first place? Let's deal with our own problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was silent in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Hold on, I think I read that wrong. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. So it's evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? Not really. But I'm gonna look at the... So we have... Can I prove that? You want some evidence that someone's in the stand? Well, I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Well, actually, Your Honor, I don't have any evidence. The America's clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the crime scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Ciata, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof that you were inside that noodle stand! Eek! Bam, 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 bam. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. Slipper wouldn't even trace down a cobblestone path. You still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand instead we fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. The noodle stand is typically colored with the tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Should someone have put it in that stand? Paolo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. For to make room in the stand, some things would have to be removed. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have put it in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. This is a notable from the sold Eldon's Doodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the America's clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldon was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too. I'm doing his voice wrong, aren't I? Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the America's clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiara. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They are worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. I'd like to remind the witness of her current status. The court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness has both a motive and an opportunity to go Dr. Mercatus. More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale. And please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiara. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Mercatus pulling that stand that night? And what was Alita Tiara doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. I can think of what, before we even do this testimony, I can think of one thing. They were going to find Waki. Waki saw Alita come out, and that's why Waki protected her. That's my theory, though. That night, I went to ask Dr. Mercatus for the chart. I had no intention of ever ran after I fall into the Kiyotaki family's hands. Dr. Mercatus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought that the Kiyotakis had sent me. I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. Told him that brat got his health checkup report. That he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth, or it's over. Oh! That night, I went to ask Dr. Mercatus for the chart. I had no intention of ever running after I fall into the Kiyotaki understands, but Dr. Mercatus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kiyotaki sent me. I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. I want to see something real quick. Bitch, I got you! All I did was talk. And lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I am, and I'm so excited. A little slip in confidence, and they gave it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiara. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yeah, you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. I twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? What? This is working better than I'd hope. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that! I told you the truth! It seems that when you recall we're really out in that office. You can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? I can just envision Apollo just being so cocky. Seems that nervous habits or unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can hide behind your scarf, Miss Yada. Something happened between you and the victim in the Mercatus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Thus. Ooh, what's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken. There's a red splash on the cord. Eh? Seeing how you hide your neck. Hold on. Seeing how you hide your neck, that makes no sense. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp state. I'll spit it out. The socket in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiara. Please remove your scarf. Eek! And there we go. God, I love this game so much. This is a trial to determine what happened in. This is a trial to determine what happened in our park, Fraulein. Air forehead. We seem to have drifted off target. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my Miss Tiara, I'm afraid you forgot what's already been proven. What? You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. No. No! I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Anita Tiara? Oh! What the hell? Your neck. That isn't what I think it is. Something did happen that night at the Mercatus Clinic. You needed to get that chart back, no matter what it took. We didn't even have to steal your fiance's pistol to do it. But wait! Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck. Looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Mercatus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Mercatus Clinic. Yeah. Eek. Oh, that breakdown though. Order, order, order! Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. Went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Mercatus. Oh, that's a hard image. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin. What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family, and if they see that chart, you're finished. Even me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I want some company. You! And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Pal Mercatus was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. So you were the victim. And the vet's plots on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I then snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I? Oh! Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Mercatus clinic. And it would seem that a victim was not entirely without blame himself. I'm sorry. I got so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. And I've told you everything. Can I go home now? You bear some responsibility for events that day, true. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice? I believe this clears up the main questions for Miss Yada. When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think anymore about her. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Yada? Very well. This finishes the examination of this. Oh, what's up? Heh, 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 heh. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now, we rock! What? The spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin. How Mercatus soaked Adita Tiara. He fell unconscious. What happened next? He's right, there's more we don't even know. But she was soaked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a long while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Oh. Adita Tiara, half dead, Dr. Mercatus born in that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Adita Tiara, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me, Farhan, I only wish to know the truth. Let's go back over what we've learned up until now. The day of the murder, Walkie saw his checkup report, which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Mercatus some of his own medicine. And Miss Yada heard about this from Walkie, so she went to the Mercatus clinic ahead of him. He wanted to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Mercatus? That does seem to be the problem, Fadan. He just strangled the leader Tiara, perhaps he thought, to death. What did he do after this crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. The state of his clinic and his scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Air Forehead, care to guess? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Mercatus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiara. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? I don't know, in all honesty. Choose what, Air Forehead? Yeah, that's my fault. What? The smile? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Mercatus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiara. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? As his next move, Dr. Mercatus stole Gaiado's noodle stand. What? Killing me deserved him that much? So he randomly stole a noodle stand. It wasn't so random. Remember all the balls in the clinic's foyer? All that balls belonged inside that stand. I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? The stand was at the clinic. Well, the question is, why did he move the balls? Maybe because the stand was heavy. We wanted to put something in the stand in their place. Ah. Wait, you don't mean... I do. Dr. Mercatus did replace those bulbs with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiara. My corpse? Dr. Mercatus panicked. He thought he killed you. Your next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it. Logically, the doctor had a place to dispose of your mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kitaki? I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled rat made him do it. He made the doctor seal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What? Apparently, the defense has an idea. That was where Dr. Mercatus was heading with the stand. Here, please show us on the diagram. So exactly where was the victim dragging that stand? Over here. There, that's a river. Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me into that river? He did have many other options, Fräulein. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside that stand, you, Miss Alita Tiara. Oh, that's not what I guessed. And then the denouement. Wesley Stickler, of penny snatching fame, walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant, So, I shot him. You were the only one who could have stolen Rocky's pistol. It had to be you. Well, Mr. Yada. Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. To get that smart part off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Paul's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Arthur America just blowing that sand through the park? Who knows? There's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Where of what? I believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Pastor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out Air 4-head's errors? Oh, fuck. Maybe there really is something. I think the plotline speaks of Air Doctor's car. His car? That's right. The Mercatus clinic that has that big garage. And which that a green sports car, was it? Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. Ugh. So we found a victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And a defense without a cause. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Yeah. Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I nearly forgot about it. Afterward, you drove it back to that garage and ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car, A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. No! Order, order, order! Government of justice? Why didn't Dr. Mercatus use his car to carry the body? I like a lot of surrender, I hear. Some advice. Now is a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned. What's justice? Just going to take the cats down on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. Where's the option to say the Mercatus, the Kizaki family would have recognized that car? Alright, Oh, that's right! I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Mercatus couldn't use his car. Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Mr. Yada. Put one and one together, and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show some evidence. So let's prove why the car wouldn't run that night. That was these two. Got this. Let's see now. Panties again! All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. No other crime was committed the night of the murder. The set of these panties, alas, many of them is being of similar thefts actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Mercatus Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them? Why? Weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad, it looks like such a nice bike too. Hard to believe that I could break just from that. Cars, motorcycles still are the same. Clogged exhaust, and they won't run. My, how interesting. Now, Miss Yada and the doctor were struggling. Granny Snatcher snuck into the Mercatus garage. From that time until the time we found these. Now, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why I thought the Mercatus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing you could think of. Well, Miss Yada, this wraps it out quite nicely, I believe. So it does. And reminiscence time. Where am I? So dark. Can't see. Cramped. The pain. My throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc. I know what you did. Woggy? You lied to me, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request, yo. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No, you'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. Jesus, you too. Funny. This isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad. Lol. Seriously? You gonna accept that right then and there? There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the wind is running. I believe we heard as much. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police, which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Not Americans isn't about to take my slippers off. I took them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. Eh? I believed in you. You and your anything agency. But then when we got Rocky's cleared guilty, it was you. That's not what it means. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiana doing? She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest right now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He'd figure out she was the killer a while ago. What, like Sherlock Holmes? Simple fast. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. You lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, Air Forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Not guilty! Let's go! That's the second case of the game done too. So easy. Court is adjourned. June 17th, 4:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Great job, Apollo. You did it! Yeah, we did, somehow. Rocky's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. He has you to thank. Hey, attorney man! You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita Holmes! Well, to blame, I guess. You give my Alita back! Super poorly head attorney with the death wish! Enough, Rocky. Oh my guys. Mr. Kitaki. I cannot pronounce his name. It's high time you open your eyes, Rocky. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Get up the life trying to become some kind of businessman. Don't talk about what you don't understand, Rocky. I'm afraid that God is going to throw them both out. Not in jail. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kiyaki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Waki. Oh, Waki, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot, buddy. What's that? So I'm the reason why, Apollo. Why does the Kiyaki trying to become a businessman? This. Think about it, Waki. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Need money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe, and I found one. Doctor, we can take that board out of you, Waki. It's an expensive procedure. Man! But you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was a gangster life that did this to you, Waki. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Oh, he's gonna cry! Oh! Please understand, Waki. Dad! Oh, he's gonna cry. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for... Waki? Waki? It's a good old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out, and we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. My, Waki! No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kitaki, acting more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who, me? I don't think. Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kitaki lime pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. Hey, when do I get paid? And he was gone. Shit. I wanted my money. Well, let's head back, Apollo, to the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? We make a good team. Don't just stand there. Let's get going. Why not? You did help me out after all. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. So if anyone can help me figure out, it's her. Well, I can't say who. No, I can't say I care. Hold on. Though I can't say I care much for what a father has become. Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first, huh? Where? Why, today my reward from Mr. Aldoon. Ah, Sonny Noodle's right. He's got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, it's special, right? Please, anything about him. Bravo. Ending. Turnabout corner. God, that was such a good episode. Tomorrow, well, whenever I do the next episode, it will be Turnabout Serenade. So I hope you guys will come and watch that. As I had a lot of fun during this, but I'm hoping I can stream more when I got time. Anyway, I shall see you guys next time on Turnabout Serenade. Goodbye. Bye bye, chat.